Holidaymakers love to sightsee, and one morning Thomas was puffing along the line that runs by the coast. Percy struggled on past coastal village. He clanked as he trundled along. Duck enjoyed exploring every curve and corner of the line. Sea breezes swirled his smoke high into the air, and his green paint glistened in the sun. Here she often swims and welcomes the trains. Henry the Green Engine has lived on the island of Sodor for many years. He wouldn't want to be anywhere else. This is the sound of the mail train.
The station, Diesel oiled up to her. "Toby's an old fusspot," she complained. Diesel sensed trouble and was delighted. "Toby says only steam engines can manage trucks," continued Mavis. "How absurd. Depend upon it, Mavis. Anything steam engines can do, we Diesels can do better." Diesel knew nothing about trucks, but Mavis didn't realise, and scuttled home to the quarry as quickly as she could.
The station cleared like magic. James heard a familiar buzzing. The bees were too cold to be cross, so they buzzed around the fireman, hoping he'd mend their hive. But he didn't understand, nor did his driver. So the bees turned to... His boiler was nice and warm. One bee burnt his foot. Ooh! Ah! Ah! Ooh! The bee thought James had burnt him on purpose. So it stung James right back on the nose. Eee! Whistled James. He had had enough. When he arrived, the bees swarmed straight into their new home. Pulling cars up and down the line that runs from the China Clay Works to the harbor yard. Duck and Oliver were delighted, and so the little Western it will always be. Journey. Near him stood a red bus, but he didn't look friendly like Bertie. The bus growled as he gazed at the happy passengers. "Stupid nonsense," he grumbled. "I wouldn't have brought them if I'd known. I'd have had a breakdown or something." "I'm glad you didn't," smiled Duck. "You'd have spoiled their fun." "Bah! Enjoyment is all you engines live for. One day railways will be ripped up." Duck felt shocked at such an idea. "We have a friend called Bertie, and he's a bus, but he likes the railway. Sometimes he teases us about it, but he'd never want to see it ripped up." "Huh!" growled the bus. "I know Bertie. He's too small in size to be of any use." Duck took no notice. That bus is silly, he thought, as he steamed.
That evening, the end would rush. Where are the passengers? Look at Bulgy. Bulgy was wearing a large sign saying Railway Bus. "Yaboo snubs!" he jeered as he roared away. "Come on," puffed Duck to his coaches. "Let's see what he's up to." Duck made good time, and all the passengers caught their trains.